Conflicting fitness information is killing your gains. And that's not one of those clickbait titles where people go, oh, bench press is killing your gains because everyone does bench press. And if I say that, I get a load of views. I'm talking more to the fact that consuming a lot of fitness content can cause you to procrastinate and get paralysis by analysis. Because what you'll find is everyone has their own method. Everyone's saying something different. Do eat carbs, don't eat carbs. Go on a cut, go on a bulk. Do it natty, don't do it natty. Take this peptide, take creatine. Don't take creatine. Make sure you stand up when you poo. There's so much conflicting information out there that it can cause overwhelm, which can mean you do one of two things. You get overwhelmed and think, well, I won't bother, or I'll come back to this another time. I haven't got time to think about all this crap at the moment. Or you jump from program to program, fitness influencer to influencer, you buy the magazines, you just program hop and ultimately get nowhere. Or you think that everything works because it's new, but then it stops working, so then you think it doesn't work and then you move on to the next thing. And this is, I want to say very common, but I'm pretty sure every single person goes through this. Now, the reason I'm talking about this topic is one of my clients recently decided to put in a bunch of information into ChatGPT or Gemini, this particular one. AI. He used AI to sort of check his programming, check his nutrition and see what it said. And then it spat out a bunch of conflicting information to what he was previously told. So then he panicked thinking that what he was doing wasn't going to work, despite the fact it's been working for the past 6 to 9 months. And he's been seeing the best results of his life ever. But alas, we're human. We want to learn. We want to know what we don't know. And then when we learn too much, we get stuck and lost and overcomplicate things. And just to gloss over the information, he's gained muscle now. He wants to lose the body fat and keep it lean. So it's very specific. He needs to lose body fat and keep muscle. He's over the age of 40. So when he asks Gemini what's the best workout plan, and it says do shoulders and biceps on the same day, it's not really the best information, and that can easily make him go down a rabbit hole of what ifs and is that right, is this right? And then you could stick to something for 2 weeks and then a new YouTube video pops up saying actually only do 2 sets per workout. You think, all right, that sounds good, quick and easy, nice and simple. That might be why they're saying it, because everyone wants to click and see the easy way, right? So the point of my video right now is just to try and say, look, if you're trying to lose body fat, if you're stuck in a skinny fat physique, or you want to gain muscle, you just want to build a lean muscular physique, what man doesn't? So here's my 2 cents, just to cut through the noise and try and give you a bit of clarity on what you should do. And bearing in mind, I have done this over 200 times and helped over 200 skinny fat men lose body fat and gain muscle. Step 1, forget all the noise about the nutrition and the fad diets and keto, carnivore and all these things. People swear by it. It's very much like a cult. But what they don't understand is when they cut out carbohydrates, their scale weight drops because they're losing water weight and they're not holding glycogen. So a lot of the fat loss they've lost on these diets isn't really fat loss, and they often put it back on and get unhealthy because they're not eating enough fiber to manage their cholesterol. It's not a science lesson. Point being is all you need to really worry about is the daily total calories. Everyone has a maintenance baseline of calories. It could be 2,500, it could be 2,000, it could be 3,000 if you're running around like crazy for your job. Either way, you need to know your maintenance calories. I have a free nutritional blueprint you can use to get that sorted, or you can use some AI, but in my experience, it could be hit and miss. If you want to guarantee it, use this one. It's free. Once you've got that baseline calorie number, you need to work out whether you're trying to gain muscle or lose body fat, or both. If you're trying to lose body fat, drop 500 calories, maybe a little bit more below that target, and you will lose 1 pound to 2 pounds of fat per week. If you're trying to gain muscle, go into a slight surplus, not a massive one. It's not the whole eat big to get big thing, because if you're not taking steroids, you're not anabolic, you're not going to get as big as you think, right? You need to eat in a small surplus to avoid fat gain. There's only so much muscle your body can gain naturally, so don't force it by eating too many calories and getting fat, because then you have to do a mammoth of a cut. You get stuck in the bro cycle of yo-yo dieting, bulking and cutting, and ultimately get nowhere. And I'm saying that from experience, because from the age of 14 to 20, I just kept doing massive dirty bulks and horrible cuts, and I basically literally looked the same, okay? But then when I started doing a lean bulks, this is the results I got. And if you're trying to lose body fat and gain muscle at the same time, then you want to do a recomposition, which is what these chaps have done. That is just a simple small calorie deficit around 500 below your maintenance, but you pair it with high protein and strength training. So you're in a slight deficit, not too big that you lose muscle. Because you've got body fat to lose, your body can still gain muscle in that deficit, providing your protein and strength goes up. Okay, so that's the calories. Just track your numbers, get your macros right. You could do a meal plan to follow it. You could do keto and carnivore if you want. If it hits the calories and you get enough protein, you feel good, by all means. But you're not getting the result because it's carnivore or keto. You're getting the result because you're in a calorie deficit with high protein. Okay, so whatever it takes for you to hit your numbers, that's what you need to do. What works for you is what's best. Then, step 2, training and exercise. Now, that can become a complicated topic depending on your preference, genetics, experience, biomechanics, starting point, goals. It's an endless can of worms, really. But if we're just to simplify it, saying you want to go from skinny fat, losing body fat and gaining muscle, to build an athletic or at least aesthetically pleasing, healthy and fit physique, then you want to do a few things. 1, you want to get stronger in the gym. If you're getting stronger in the gym and you're eating in a deficit, you're going to lose body fat and gain muscle if you're new. If you've been training for 5 years, you probably won't gain muscle on a calorie deficit. So you want to get lean first by doing the same sort of thing. Expect to lose body fat, maybe lose a bit of muscle because it's You know, if you're in a deficit, you're not necessarily going to get massive. And then once you're lean enough, reverse diet and build those calories back up. But the training side of things, you need to be getting stronger. If you lift light weights and you eat less food, you're not necessarily going to keep muscle, you're not going to get bigger. So you want to get stronger in the gym, keep it simple. A pull push legs is great. You're hitting every muscle group at least once per week. If you haven't got time for 3 days a week, you can do upper body, lower body. If you've got loads of time, you could do chest Monday, back bloody Tuesday, legs Wednesday, shoulders Thursday, arms Friday, whatever you want to do. The best workout plan is the one that you can stick to for a long time and slowly add reps and weight and mind muscle connection to. If you're overloading and it's simple and your food's right, that is it. Fitness is really boring, to be honest with you. But that's why I'm coming in and going, right, guys, we've got to get back to the basics. We're overcooking it. We don't need to get a kettlebell and tie it to our fucking earlobes and jump around singing hallelujah to say we do high rocks or something. The basics work. They always have done. It's because they're boring and they work. People are reinventing the wheel. I'm in some marketing groups where they're like, oh, you guys, you need to come up with a system so it sounds new. You got to make people think they haven't heard it before. And it's like, well, that's just lying, isn't it, really? But that's marketing. That's another can of worms. Training. Get stronger, lift weights, regardless of experience level. You can use machines, you can use resistance bands, or you can use free weights. It's down to your confidence and where you're starting. In terms of cardio is still very important. I would still recommend you do it. I personally say if you're trying to lose body fat and keep muscle, you don't want to do excessive cardio or massive amounts of HIIT cardio. Steady state cardio like walking and hitting a step target is an ideal way to preserve muscle tissue if you find you struggle to hold on to muscle. If you don't struggle to hold on to muscle, or you've got loads of fat to lose, then any cardio you want to do that you enjoy, great. Go for a run, do the cross trainer, or the ellipticals as we call them in England or America. I don't know which one calls it what, whatever. Cardio is still good, but I wouldn't do cardio instead of resistance training. I have had clients that have done cardio instead of resistance training and they've lost muscle. You don't want to do that. I've had clients come to me from doing cardio and doing resistance training instead of, and they've lost more body fat doing the resistance training and they've kept and gained a little bit of lean mass. I don't understand why these influencers charge for workout plans. They're the simplest, easiest thing, to be honest with you. Or use ChatGPT. To be fair, even if it's a crap one, if you do it right and stick to it and overload, it's still going to work. And then the third thing, and let's just be real, let's address the elephant in the room. And I'm not talking about your mum. The elephant in the room is, yeah, we probably already know this, right? Calorie deficit, high protein, get in the gym, whatever. But the hard part is doing it. And why? Because there's a mental muscle you need to train. Every time it comes to going to the gym, there's two parts of your brain. There's the chimp and there's the human. The chimp's going to go, oh, I don't want to go to the gym, I'm tired, you've done really well, go and have a cafe latte chappa frappuccino. And the human's going, no, bruv, that's too many calories, we've got to go to the gym. And there's that conflict in your head. And which one you listen to and feed, whichever your habit is the one that's going to get stronger. So if you're not sticking to this and you're just on YouTube searching, trying to find information to feel good, mentally masturbating, oh, yeah, I'm doing it, I've read the book on abs, I'm going to get abs one day. How many sit-ups you done? Oh, I haven't done them yet, I just need to learn what angle to do. I'm going to get a protractor out and do it that way. No, you need to do it, okay? You might need accountability to get the chimp to shut up and listen to the human brain, in which case coaching, self-plug, right? I have actually open spaces, that's why I'm plugging it. Book a call with me down below if you want to chat about your goals. I'm not a salesperson, I won't work with you unless I can help you. That's what it is, okay? You can message me on Instagram at Elite Transformation Project if you have any questions. Or get an accountability buddy, hire a different coach. It doesn't have to be me. You just need some accountability to get it done. All these clients here knew what to do, bar like 20% of them. Most of them just needed the accountability, the structure, the guidance, and just someone to talk to keep them focused. Otherwise they get distracted by life and stress. That's it. Get your nutrition right and track your calories so it's correct. Get stronger in the gym so you know what you're doing and progressively overloading, actually have a purpose in the gym to change the body's composition, and then have accountability and structure and guidance to actually get it done. That's the secret sauce. That's it. You don't need to watch some guy telling you that you need to lift your little pinky up when you do a curl because it's going to give you a bicep peak, even though that's down to genetics. You don't need to see some guy in the supermarket shouting about cereal and telling you it's full of sugar and you're going, whoa, is it really? Maybe I shouldn't have it. Still like Ready Bix. So Ready Bix, Weetabix. And I put sugar on it anyway. Oh, let's carry on. It's mental masturbation. So cut through the noise, keep it simple, think less, do more. All right? That's it. Like and subscribe, and if you're skinny fat and want to know how to fix it, watch this video. Have yourself an amazing day, and I should probably get in the shower, so have a good day.